Hey, hello everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Today we have a very special live stream on TaigaNext. We're going to cover something that is very dear to the team, and that is accessibility. Why accessibility? How accessibility in a lean project management platform? Um, we will go and just review some of the latest changes and updates on Taiga, so you are up to date. But then we will jump into the why this matters, how we are approaching this, and then I hope you will enjoy a quick demo. So first of all, some updates on TaigaNext. As you know, TaigaNext is our major redeveloping of Taiga. It's under heavy development. We have a full-time team working on basically the tool that is going to be at the vanguard of lean and agile. It's going to redefine how we approach lean, agile, whether it's Scrum, Kanban, or any other technique across multifunctional teams. So it's a ton of work, and we want to share with you some of the key features and benefits and design principles we are adhering to. This is one, accessibility. By the way, be sure to go and to community.taiga.io. That's the new community space where you can ask us questions and we can engage in a fruitful conversation. Now, let's go and discuss accessibility. Why accessibility? If you would ask any member of the team at Taiga, they would probably answer why not accessibility. This is something that we have been struggling with for years in software development, different ways to circumnavigate that uh, uncomfortable challenge for many tools that was accessibility. And that means to make sure that your technology, what you're building, is truly accessible and welcoming to everyone, regardless of any particular difficulty they might have while addressing technology and any interface. Now, the accessibility is a very broad topic, so this is not a talk about accessibility. People that are joining today for this update might know already how big this challenge is, how multifaceted is, and how it is addressed differently depending on your domain. But what is our domain here at Taiga? It is about project management. At the core, this is a project management platform. And we consider it to be critical that everyone is welcome to a project management platform. There are many reasons, but one of them is, of course, the fact that it is about making decisions. It is about being invited to negotiate scope. So it is about team and team dynamics, to have a respectful relationship across multifunctional teams, but also what you're dealing with is something crucial, which is a project and the scope and what is the key decisions around the project and what it's to come about that project. So of course, we need accessibility in every aspect of our lives, but there are some aspects, some areas in which accessibility is a must, because otherwise you are leaving behind people at key decision-making processes, and project management is one of those. So we're taking accessibility very seriously. It's perhaps one of the advantages of making sure that the next major release of Taiga is built from scratch. We have more freedom to express those design principles, one of them being accessibility as a core principle. And I'm here to just give you a sneak peek of what that looks like. It is, big disclaimer here, this is work in progress. This is by no means a full feature demo of TaigaNext at all. That's not what this live stream is about. This is about sharing with you that we care about accessibility, that we are serious about accessibility, how we're approaching this, and then give you a glimpse of something that you can believe in, basically. Now, if you consider accessibility to be a key design principle of any product, you know that you have to address accessibility everywhere, Like it has to be part of the user story definition. It has to be part of the prioritization. It has to be part of the wireframing, interaction design, coding, and of course, it has to be part of the validation of user story. It has to be part of the demo. If you're going to have a sprint demo where you're going to show the rest of the team or the rest of stakeholders that you actually managed to close those user stories, and you can claim those user story points if you're using user story points, then it is fundamental that you have accessibility as part of that demo process too. And to be honest, for the team, it's probably one of the most exciting parts of the demo to do the demo, but also include the accessibility journey into it. So it feels complete. Otherwise, it does not feel complete. It's like something's missing, something's wrong about whatever we are developing. So accessibility bugs are treated as critical bugs because we consider them to make Taiga, to render Taiga unusable. Now, there's also, so there's a reason basically here for us to pursue accessibility because we consider it is the right way to approach technology. So it is about rights. It's something that we want to make sure we do, whatever the cost. There's also a nice intersection between accessibility and usability. And that is that the more accessible your platform is, the more usable your platform is. So everyone wins when we take accessibility as a core principle. I hope to show you, I'm hoping to show you some of that intersection today. Of course, we're adhering to industry standards, W3C standards. We're going for the visual impairment is a key one, but also mobility issues. We are trying to be as global as possible. Again, big disclaimer here. I will go back to this point after the demo. We still have not engaged with proper auditing. This is something we know we had to do. Regardless of how scrupulous we think we are, and we know we are, about the development process and how accessibility intersects that process at every stage. We do know that there's a need for an external auditing process to take place. It's something we want to do as soon as possible. So if you have any suggestions as to how we could do that or who to engage with, please make sure to leave that into the comments, or perhaps you can go to community.taiga.io and under the help us section, you can comment on this. It's going to happen in the next few months. So the more information we have to address this, the better and the most efficient. Because we don't want to just have sort of a stamp of approval, a seal of approval that is good enough for, legally say that we are this or that accessibility level. We want it to be really, we don't care so much about the label, to be honest, as long as people that claim accessibility tells us that we did a great job. And then we consider that there's an immediate correlation with any stamps of approval or whatever, right? Because it's also important for some organizations to know that as a shortcut. So let me just go through my notes. Yeah, I think this is a proper introduction. So I'm going to do a demo. Let me please tell you exactly how this demo is going to work. It could not work. What I mean by this is that I'm going to try and do a bit of a complex thing here, but I think it's worth it. And worst case scenario, you're going to have some loss. So, just be with me here and see how it goes. So the demo, I'm going to do the same process 3 times. It's going to be a short process, and it's going to be about creating a project, creating some user stories on a Kanban, and then doing some stuff, messing around, basically. Shouldn't take long for this demo, but I'm going to do that through 3 different lenses. So let's start basically, and you will probably kind of guess where I'm going to. So you can share the screen. Yeah. So this is our beloved Taiga login page. I'm going to log with user 1. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's not a easy convenient password. So by the way, we've continued to work a ton in terms of the workspaces, the permissions, the way you are invited to projects, the different roles you can have, etc., etc. But this is not a demo about that, perhaps at another time. So let's take this workspace here. Names are random, so please don't pay attention to that. So I'm going to do a simple creation of a project and then go into the Kanban. The Kanban is quite a skeleton type Kanban, but then create some user stories and do some stuff. So demo starts, project, blank project. That's it. I don't need to go into much details. Create project. I have the option to invite people. Actually, maybe later. I'm here in the Kanban, so I'm going to just create some user stories. Something like this. Okay. As you can see, it was easy for me to just use the keyboard and create as I go. And then I can say, okay, 4 and 5. Okay. Easy. Let's keep it simple. Let's now do the same demo, but using a different approach, a hybrid approach. So I go back here. You can see I have the blank project. And here what I'm going to do is I can use a mouse and I can use the keyboard to do more navigation. This would be probably a more efficient approach when you are using a productivity tool. So I can use the mouse to do this, but I can also use the tab to just select the option. I'm going to just, again, another blank project, tab, create project, enter. And yeah, I just tab along and I say, okay, dialog. I click here and I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But then I use the tab and just select something here. And I just select this one and I move it here. I think it actually was 4 was here perhaps, and then 5 was here. So, sort of that or that, right? It was something like that. So I can navigate, I can have the best, let's say, I'm not entirely sure this is the right thing to say, but the best of both worlds. Okay. And of course I can just switch this. Okay. Now the fun starts. Because now what I'm going to do is to use the screen reader. I'm going to use Chromebox for that. And I'm going to try and do this, but without looking at the screen. I'm just going to be led by the screen reader, the accessibility aid here, so that I can do the same without using the mouse. Like the mouse is irrelevant. I'm not going to use it. It's just going to be the keyboard and be able to listen. Now, of course, you need to listen. You need to have some audition, of course, but this is, again, this is accessibility is a multifaceted approach. In this case, we will be dealing with someone that has, relevant visual impairment, of course. They could be blind. So in order to do that, I'm going to activate that. I don't think you can see it, but I'm going to activate the screen reader. So you're going to start listening to a female voice that is reading it is basically aiding me through the process. So I hope this works. I'm not going to be talking while you listen, so it doesn't cause any confusion. Okay. Okay, just let me just very quickly, yeah, syndicate.
Alert. Alert. 2 members. 1. Cross-platform 0. Syndicate visionary deliverables. Members. 1. Upgrade. Project. Project. Visited link. Back. Workspace. Up. Blank project. Start a project from scratch. Button. Project name. Edit text. Invalid input required. Key. Project description optional. Choose image. Cancel. Create project. Create project. Enter dialog. e.g. user-name at mail.com. User pet name at mail.com. Add. Maybe later. Button. Maybe later. Button. Exited dialog. Go to home. Projects. Help. UTH. This I have to see. Link. Syndicate visionary deliverables. Navigation list with 2 items. Overview. Kanban. Project settings. Collapse menu. Button. Status new. Tap left and right arrows to move between statuses. Start writing a story title ellipsis. Return. 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 Create story. Add story. 6-6. Position 6 of 6. 4-4. Position 4 of 6. 4 grab. Status ready. New position 1 of 1. 4 drop. Status new. 1-1. 2-2. 3-3. 5-5. Position 4 of 5. 5 grab. Status ready. New position 2 of 2. 5-5. Status in progress. New position 1 of 1. 5. Status done. New position 1 of 1. 5 drop. 5. Alert. Alert.
Okay, so I hope you could hear that. I was I could hear it. It just comes from the speakers. So I got to do the same without having to look at the screen. I'm not an expert. I don't have to do this, and yet it was comfortable for me to go through it, right? And I can imagine how people that are used to this interfaces every day would just go at light speed, basically. Now there are more things that this and time just deactivated the screen reader. There are more things that I can do. Of course, there are ways to show the user story. We have different modal views and things like that. And everything you see here that I click on the navigate to previous story, navigate to next story, all this, I'm just going to select my favorite one, which is this one. So every time we use this, let me just go to for a project that actually has a ton of user stories like this one. Okay, this has 2,000 user stories. So this is this is massive, right? You can see, and it's super fast. So if I select one, all this navigation here that goes back to the other user story. I'll do this, and you can see how the process is going. It's also accessible, so you can easily navigate through that or change. I'm just using the keyboard, by the way. I think you can see that. Um, everything that is around navigation and letting you know the context of what you're doing is accessible. Well, everything, the whole platform is accessible. If you were to go to project settings and change a role or permission, it would also be accessible. Whether it's just easy for you to use the keyboard and then you go with less mental load and you just enjoy that, or whether you need a screen reader, the whole platform screams accessibility. So we know that a lot of people are never going to enjoy or even appreciate the fact that we are building the best accessibility project platform ever. But they are going to enjoy it in ways that they might not anticipate, which is that the whole usability of the platform is actually much better because it's meant to make your interaction with the platform just so much easier and convenient and fast and with less mental load. And just basically for a productivity tool as a project management one, you always want to have that, even if it's at the cost of some fancy animations, which we're not actually sacrificing that much, but it's in the details that you'll find also the benefits of being a 100% accessibility platform. So I wanted to make this demo really quick. And the comments here that I would like to leave you before perhaps we can take some questions is that this is still work in progress, that we know that there are some challenges, unforeseen challenges that we still have to face, but that if you were to bet on which is going to be the project management platform that is going to truly welcome everyone, regardless of an impairment or disability or accessibility preference, that platform is going to be Taiga, of course. And so that's it, really. This was meant to be quick, short, to the point. But if anyone has any burning question, I would like to have the opportunity to engage in some conversation. Please comment, add something there, and I'll be able to reply now live. Then, of course, this recording will remain for people that want to watch it on demand. Let's give 10 seconds. I hope you enjoyed this nice little demo. 3 ways to see how the same platform can be enjoyed, like typical mouse-driven, then the hybrid, and then pure keyboard plus screen reader. All right, I think, is there any other platform that could be considered reference, Yamila, in terms of accessibility? Um, and in project management, I cannot think of any one right now, but it's good. I will try and share some examples that come to mind. But it's hard to think of other tools specifically and not operating systems. I think when people think about accessibility, they think of how mobile operating systems are addressing that and having to take care of the lack of an accessibility approach in software development. In terms of platforms such as Taiga, I think there are not that many that are so focused and loyal to this approach. But if anyone has any examples, feel free to share. Okay, thank you so much. This was great, short and to the point, as we like in agile and lean teams. Feel free to share this whenever the time comes and you have the video sent to you as a recorded. And until the next TaigaNext update, have a great day and a great weekend. Thank you.